All right. So, welcome to another episode of Big Game Hunters here. Today, what we're doing is we're actually in the middle of a squad war, and we just started, which is great. And what happened is we got two people that went out on attacks, and the purpose of today's video is just going to be to talk to you guys today about how to take the planets. Something my own squad's been struggling a little bit, especially when the planets, when they get to higher levels. What they do is they start out at level 5. When you capture it, it becomes level 6. When the opposite team captures it back, level 7, 8, 9, and so forth, as it goes back and forth. So what we're going to do is just grab the outpost for Takodana here. Okay? All right, and So, as organization goes, what you want to do is work on grabbing those objectives before everybody makes their attacks. So, a lot of times at the start of a squad war, people get excited. It's fun. You want to make sure that they don't use their attacks without, without the backing at least of the attacks here. Of the planets, the ops. Now, the other thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that when you're attacking any of the ops planets, whether it's Takodana, Hoth, Dandarin, Tat, whatever, they all have a main building, and usually they also have shields. At level 5, you can pretty much run it over with whatever, but 9 times out of 10, when it starts getting to be level 7, 8, and 9, you want to be more careful about what you're trying to pick with your loadout, okay? And you notice that what I have in my loadout here is mostly Rebs, basic stuff here, and jugs. And in the squad center, I also had jugs and that kind of thing. And each building right here, each planet has a big building. Okay, the big building is the equivalent of the HQ. And what you want to make sure that you're doing is just focus on the HQ, because whether you get 1, 2, or 3 stars, it's all the same. There's no extra points that they give you. So really what you want to do is use as few resources as possible to get the job done. Right? So the idea with this is I'm basically just going to send Chewbacca in, followed by a Medroid or two, with some heavies behind him to soak up the damage, then the Jug, then the HFDs to kind of kill off these turrets on the side and these guys standing in the way. So let's see what we can get done here. All right. And also keep in mind that if you're on a particular planet in your non-squad war base, like right now, if my base were not in, sorry, getting distracted by the game. If my regular base, if I was on either Takodana or if I was on, I think it's Dantooine, they all allow that same heavy upgrade and rebel upgrade where they give them like the what do they call them? I have things backwards here. We're going to get 100%. It's silly, but so whether you get 1, 2, or 3 stars, you always want to finish there. All right, so that's going to be the basic outline of it. When you attack the bases, like if you scout it right now, you notice that instead of just a few little mortar turrets, you got a bunch more, right? So if you're smart, if you know what you're doing, what you'll probably want to do is attack this with things that are good against mortar turrets, which would be what? Jets, right? So use your jetpackers, right? And they'll be able to pretty much bypass the turrets here, the mortar turrets, right? I think after a certain level, things start popping out, okay? So you'll see like AT-ATs at level 9 and stuff. I wouldn't recommend packing units to combat them because those are not really the target. They're just going to distract you, right? You want to make sure you pack jugs, things that are going to kill everything in their path that comes close by. Don't get too distracted by killing off the units and that kind of thing. All right, so we'll record the next one and we'll see you at the top.